2 yokes, 1 plow. Elijah and Grace had been married for 7 years. They were not rich by the world's standards, but they had a deep desire to build a life that was meaningful, not just in love, but in legacy. They dreamed of owning a small farm one day, a place where their children could run free and where their hands could shape the land as much as the land shaped their hearts. But dreams, like seeds, require more than vision, they require cooperation. At first, their journey was marked by tension. Elijah was strong-willed and practical. Grace was visionary and emotional. She wanted to invest in bees and flowers, he preferred cattle and corn. Disagreements flared. Decisions were delayed. Efforts often pulled in opposite directions. One evening, after a long day of arguing about how to use a small inheritance, Grace sat down beside Elijah on the porch. They were silent for a while, listening to the crickets. Then she said, "You remember how old Mr. Lyle used to talk about his oxen?" Elijah nodded. Said he never used just one. Always yoked 2 together. She turned to him. Because one ox might be strong, but 2 pulling together, that's where the real strength is. Elijah looked at her, his heart softening. We've been trying to drag this plow in different directions. That night, they made a promise, no more solo decisions. They would plan together, dream together, sacrifice together. It changed everything. They started a small backyard garden and sold fresh produce at the local farmers market. Grace used her passion for beauty to add herbs and flowers, while Elijah built sturdy wooden stands and expanded their growing area. They budgeted, prayed, and planned as one. When disagreements arose, they leaned in instead of pulling away. Over time, their teamwork began to bear fruit, literally and figuratively. Their garden turned into a small farm. Their profits grew. So did their peace. Friends and neighbors began to ask, "How do you two make it work so well?" Grace would smile and say, "We don't work alone." And Elijah would add, "We walk the same path, yoked side by side." Years later, they stood on the porch of their dream farm, land they now owned, a business they had built, and a marriage richer than they could have imagined. Not because it was perfect, but because they had learned the secret. Unity multiplies effort. Cooperation produces prosperity. Moral: a marriage built on cooperation turns 2 ordinary people into an extraordinary team. Prosperity doesn't begin with money, but with unity, shared purpose, and pulling together in the same direction. Like, share, follow and comment.